Hello traders, it's Tomek here again and welcome in our weekly forecast. I've prepared some pairs, some of them are connected with the yen currency. We have, I think right now we have the best situations there. Of course, we have to remember that we have summer holidays, so sometimes some pairs might stuck in the range because of the volatility, which is smaller than usual. But let's check what we have. The New Zealand dollar yen. What we see currently is that price was bouncing on the 683 EMA, retraced a little bit, didn't touch the 36 and our weekly trend line, but it's enough for us. If we see the daily chart, price is still making the short 1 to 3s, so we might have continuation even to this support level, yes, if the trend will be strong enough to go here. But we might also get just the retest again of the 600 and price will create this deeper retracement. If we check the daily chart, what we will see, we discussed this previous week, that we wait for price to hit our trend line, and when we see that price is reaching the trend line, then we would like to focus on the sales entries. And what we see here, we had this line, price retraced, hit the line, and we see the reaction currently. Yes, we see that we have the red candles, so we might look for possible sell scenarios right now. Price is still making the lower highs, it's still making the lower lows. We have the 1 to 3, so what we can do is to just wait for the setups right now on the lower time frames, like for example 4-hour chart. If we check the 4-hour chart, we had the first setup, a little bit steep, but we had this. Yes, this was our first opportunity to jump in. Right now what we need to see is to get, of course, another 1 to 3 on the 4-hour time frame, and then we can easily look for the sell opportunities on the New Zealand yen. This will be the second entry. Of course, our first target should be on the previous lows, so we would like to target this area first, and then we have the next potential scenario. So we wait right now for another opportunity on the 4-hour chart or 1-hour time frame. If we go, we can look for the setup, which will be on the 1-hour chart. Yes, and then we can of course try to take this one or combine this with lower time frame scenarios. If we go to the Renko charts, what we will see here on the Renkos, this is the classic chart, not with the Heiken Ashi, but let me check if I have the template. Yes, I have, so we can just put the Heiken Ashi here. So what we see on the M12, we also had the nice opportunity for the M12 entry. We know that this is our trend line. Yes, price broke the trend line and made nice 1 to 3 for us here on the M12. Yes, so we had this nice option to jump in, also entry here, stop loss, target on the lows here. Yes, so we have a lot of room to go, and we can also the same we can combine this with the Renko charts, which are not so nice right now because of the volatility, but we might have something like this. Yes, and then we can look for the entries, M6, M3 entries, or like on the classic charts, we said we would like to get another setup on the M12, and then we can look for the entries directly on this, or lower setting combination to target the support level. USD Swiss franc, another pair. If we look for the weekly chart, what we see, price went up and started to range a little bit here, spiked, so it looks like we had like a double top on the weekly chart. Our potential next target is here on the previous highs, so in case of the breakout we should try to aim this level, but right now with the resistance around this area, it looks like price was struggling and we might get reaction, so price might go a little bit lower. Our next potential target is the 36 with the support level, so we might have like 100 pips. In case of the breakout of this area, then maybe even this support level with the previous lows here, who knows. We don't know, we still have to wait to see how price will react around the support level here. Daily chart. What we have here, we see this reaction, this spike. Right now we see that price reversed, and we also have the trend line here, or different angle of the trend line, like this. But we see that everything ends around the same zone. So it really doesn't matter if we draw it like this or like that. We see that the breakout is there anyway. So because we have the trendline breakout, we can start to look for sell entries on the lower time frames to target again support. We also have the 200, 600. So this is area where we would like to focus on the our targets. So for our chart, we see breakout. What we need to get is, of course, our setup on the 4-hour chart. Yes, and then we can look for the sells. We know the targets from the higher time frames, and on the 1-hour chart also the same. Yes, price a little bit, we have small range, but if we see the retracement back to this area, we can look for the sells again on the USD Swiss franc on the 1-hour chart. And if we take a look on the Renkos, we will get more or less the same. Yes, if we if we see this is our resistance level, we also have the nice trend line which was broken. Yes, we see this. This is our support level. So we have the breakout. We go to the lower settings. Of course, we have to adjust a little bit line because of the MT4 platform, and we wait for the M12. Right now, M12 1 to 3, with maybe this trend line combination here, which gives us more chances. Yes, and then short entries target the support level. And if we check the M6, it will be the same. Of course, let me delete all those lines. We know that here we have our trend line, yes, like this, from the higher time frame, and we would like to see this. I would prefer to get M12 than M6 because on the M6 it looks like price is making the funny things right now, so that's why I would prefer to get the M12 1 to 3 right now, and then look for the entries on the USD Swiss franc. Swiss franc yen. What we see here is a short weekly 1 to 3. Yes, it looks like a short weekly 1 to 3. So we might get continuation, especially that price reached the 36, 200 and the resistance area. So we might have the breakout, and then our target will be on the previous low. So this might be like 330 pips move. In case of the breakout of the resistance, we can find the next resistance, which is here, and of course the next one is on the previous highs. Yes, so we are like in the decision level right now. But if we check on the daily chart, what we have on the daily, it's right now it looks like a daily long 1 to 3. So of course the best way to trade this pair is to wait simply for breakout of the resistance or of the trend line. Of course, long term, this is our target, but in between still we have the smaller support level, which is here. So if we see the breakout of the trend line with the 36 EMA, then of course we would like to achieve the win-win scenario somewhere around this area, and then easily, if price will break this, then we have another target, which is here. I would still aim this as a final goal. And of course, after breakout, we have the next resistance here. For intraday traders, you can still look for some aggressive trades inside this small range. Yes, if we look for those previous highs, this is our resistance. We have the trend line, so price still might bounce from this, will go up, will bounce. Yes, and we will see like on the daily chart, price will stuck here. Yes, it's possible, we don't know. Of course, we know that breakout is the more conservative way, but here if you see that price is reaching the line, here and it's not breaking, yes, it's not breaking but is bouncing, you can start to look for possible long entries to target the resistance. And if you see that price is moving up again, is not breaking this, then you can look for the sells to target again this trend line. Yeah, so this is how what we have for the intraday, guys. Of course, of course, if we would like to, I don't know, jump into the long entries, we still have to wait for another spike. It will be because we don't see yet that price is touching and the 36 with the trend line. So ideally, we would like to see another move down to see the spikes, and if we see that price is reacting, then for example, the easiest way is to just wait for the first higher low 1 to 3 here, and then we can start to look for the longs. But we really need to see that price is touching this this line, so we have these opportunities for, of course, intraday. If you don't like to trade like this, of course, wait for breakouts patiently and then try to find the good setups. Euro yen, we have our lines. We still know, okay, we have the trend line. Price bounce on this trend line is going up. We have also this line breakout, which is more visible on the daily. Right now we are on the resistance. Another resistance on the weekly is here, and of course the previous high. So after bounce we might have this continuation move. Of course, we don't know yet. Right now what we see on the daily chart is that price broke our trend line, daily trend line, went up, yes, reached the resistance. Right now we have the reaction of the resistance, which is good, because maybe this week we will get the long 1 to 3 and we can look for the possible long entries again to aim those levels. If we see, of course, right now we focus only on the longs. We need to see, it will be nice to get the bounce, but if price decide to break this, then we will a little bit change our approach. Difficult to say right now about the sells, so let's focus only on the longs. We also have smaller resistance on the daily, which is here, so this might be our next potential target to manage the pair. So price is making our daily long 1 to 3. So what we need right now is to see the breakout of our 2 to 3 line. This is our 2 to 3 line, so we need to get maybe this move, and after breakout, yes, we would like to focus on the longs again. For our chart 1 to 3, or after breakout of this trend line, we can go to the lower time frames even and wait for the 1 hour chart 1 to 3, yes, on the 1 hour time frame. But it's a little bit too early yet. Right now price is still retracing and we have to wait for the trend line breakout to look for the longs. You would like to achieve the win-win scenario around those highs, because we have the strong resistance level. If we go to the weekly again, we see that it's pretty strong. So that's why we want to lock the profits around this area. And another option for more aggressive traders, like on the previous pair, wait for the price to reach this area and then look for the long bounce entries. Yes, long bounce entries, but then I would manage the pair on the trend line here, because what we might still see here is the short 1 to 3. And price still might stuck in this. Maybe will break, maybe not, we don't know. But that's why taking the long bounce entries, this is your target on the trend line. And then of course, if price decide to go down, if you have the 4 hour chart 1 to 3 again, you can start to watch for the sells to target this trend line. But again, this is only for intraday traders, scalpers. This is your target then. Of course, in case of the breakout of this line, you will get nice early entry. And also when you decide to take the longs, in case of the breakout of this line, you will get early entry, so you will not have to wait for the 1 to 3. But in between, we have also the areas where you should manage the pair, because price might create different things. Yes, might will go down and will go up again. Yes, and will start to range, and at some point it will break it. Yes, but you have an idea. Of course, wait for the price to see this on the 4 hour chart and then start to look for the entries only really on the lower time frames, like 15-minute chart, 5-minute chart, because this range might has like 100 pip maximum or even less. So that's why you want to trade on the 5-minute or 15-minute chart. Aussie yen weekly chart still in the range. As we can see, price is bouncing between the resistance and the support level. We said that this is our target, yes. In case of the longs, we said about the 200 with the resistance area, which is here, a little bit lower here, and what we see that price bounced on the 200, and right now it's going down. So didn't reach exactly our line, but reached our EMA. Because right now is pointing down, we can right now focus on the sells. Previously we discussed about the longs to target this. Right now we see that price is reversing, so we can look for the sells. So if we go to the 4-hour chart, we have our trend line. Trend line was broken, so we wait for the setups right now. Yes, we wait for the 4-hour chart, 1, 2, 3, and we can look for the short entries to target the support. Of course, remember to lower the risk because we are trading in the range. And if we look for the classic chart on the 1-hour chart again, yeah, we need to see the setup here, and then we can look for the sells again on the Aussie yen. Yes, so we wait for some short scenarios and then we go for the sells. And the last pair is New Zealand dollar, US dollar. If we look for the weekly time frame, we see that price just went down, stuck on this support level. It's spiking right now. Maybe we will get this retracement to the 36 is possible, to the 36 and the resistance level. In case of the breakout of this support level, our next support should be somewhere around this point. Yes, so we have still some room to go in case of the breakout. Yes, but in both ways, here we might have like 300 pip move, here we might get like 260 pip move. So if we check lower time frames, we see this support level. Price is making like a double bottom or triple bottom, or even it's making the first higher low here, as we can see, because it's not reaching exactly the lows. It's a little bit too early to look for the entries, but what we have here is the trend line, and the price is really close to this trend line. We also have a small resistance level at this point, yes, with the 36 EMA. So we will see what price will do. Maybe price will stuck in the range, then we'll say okay, we'll wait for the range breakout. But because it looks like it has problems to break the support level, you can go to the lower time frames, like 4-hour chart, and if you see that price is breaking this area, then you can start to look for the longs and target the resistance with the 200 EMA. Yes, so this is what is possible. I wouldn't touch the pair right now. I just simply would wait for this or for that. And if we will get confirmation of potential range, then you can try to catch some trades in the range. But it's a little bit too early to say about that. So that's why I would just use this to take the longs, or on the 1-hour chart, of course, take the longs. Aggressive thing is to wait for the price to reach this area again, and if you see that price is not breaking it, but is breaking the trend line, then you can look for the sells to try to target the support level. This is also possible, but it's difficult to say right now, because if I wouldn't touch this if price will go down from this point. I would still wait a little bit higher, then look for the sells. I wait, of course, for 2 breakouts. This is the breakout here or here, and then I will start to trade on this pair. Okay, guys, so thanks a lot for watching this video. Probably next week Nikos will back, so he will start to do again our weekly forecast. So enjoy the week, wish you great trades, and talk to you soon. Bye.